Hello. So I thought today we'll have a go at making a poppy. Obviously don't forget to contribute to the poppy appeal as well and pick up your paper poppy, but it's quite fun to have your own fabric poppy too. I've put a safety pin on the back so that I can wear it as a brooch. So it's just some red fabric, a button, some beads and some threads. So the first thing I did was make myself a little template. So it's like that, like a heart with the bottom cut off. If you fold your card in half before you cut it out, you can make sure that it's symmetrical. So that's just like a kind of a fat petal, because we're going to gather the bottom together. So I then cut it out on the fold of the fabric so that I've got two layers like that. Now I could have stitched it and then turned it, but I decided just to be happy with the frayed edges, so I just stitched it all around the edge with my sewing machine, but obviously you could do that by hand if you want to. So that's the two layers together. Now with my original poppy, I put these black lines on it to look like the seeds in the middle, but actually it was a little bit complicated trying to fit them in after I've made up the poppy, so I thought this time I'll do those lines beforehand. So there we go, that's one petal sewn together with its black lines on, and you're going to need 4 of those. Now once you've made 4, then we're going to just gather up the middles of them all. So I suggest you have a doubled thread, so leave yourself a long end one end, and then it's easier to pull it from both ends and tie it together rather than having a knot one end. So you're just going to do running stitch across the folded edge of those 3, and then I've just got to do running stitch across the folded edge of my last one. So I'm just going to come up here and then just small running stitches across near the folded edge. You can do several of those at once, but don't pull it up tight yet. There we go. And then you can leave your needle on and just pull that all together. So you'll need your original end here and your last end. Just bring them together and tie a knot. Let's gather them up first actually. Gather them all up like that, and then we'll tie a knot. That's 1. 2. 3. And we can cut off spare ends. Okay, so there's the basic part of your poppy. So they seem to have 2 petals at the front and 2 petals at the back, so you can manipulate yours until it gets to that stage. If you've got some frayed bits, that's fine, but you might want to cut some of them off just to neaten it up a little bit. There we go. So it's definitely easier doing those lines beforehand. So then you just need to get a nice black button, sew that in the middle, and then I sewed some black beads onto the end of each of these black stitches. Okay, so there you go. That's your finished poppy, and I just sewed a safety pin to the back. Remember not to sew the bit that opens, you sew the other side of the safety pin, otherwise it's harder to put it on. It's a little bit scruffy at the back, but I could have put a piece of felt or something on the back of there, but I didn't because I thought it wouldn't show when it's on me. So there you go. There is your finished poppy for Poppy Day, and as I say, don't forget to contribute to the Poppy Appeal as well. Thank you. So there's loads of different poppy ideas you can find on the internet, on Pinterest or wherever you look for your ideas. There's crochet poppies, knitted poppies, felt poppies, paper poppies. But I found one idea I really liked, which is this, which is like a poppy poster that's made from painted pages from old books. So I just took the pages out of the old books, painted them with quite watery paint so that you could still see the words through. Then I tore the different elements, the petals, the leaves, the strips for the stalks. The background is 3 pieces stitched together, and then I just used my sewing machine to stitch it all together. So I'm quite pleased with the way that's come out. I've never tried that before, but it seems to work quite well. So I thought it'd be lovely to put that in my window, you know, like we've been putting rainbows and other things in our window this year. It'd be nice to put this in my window for Remembrance Day, since I won't be able to go out much wearing my poppy or go to a Remembrance Day service. So that's just another poppy idea for you. Old book pages painted and stitched together.